Hey everybody, it's me, Boss Lady, Empress Renee. Don't matter what you call me, as long as you call me. Hey, I'm back again. I know it's been a while. Some missed me, some didn't. It doesn't matter. I'm just being obedient. Today, I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about a few downloads that I had, and one was mainly about the terms woke versus sleepwalking. I know I've talked about it before on a few other ones, but some people it didn't reach. It still needs to reach more people. But we use that term so loosely, woke, awake, or whatever, We're living in the times now where everyone needs to truly open their eyes, their spiritual eyes. A lot of people are sleepwalking, y'all. A lot. I know we've all been there before, and a lot of people are still sleepwalking. They're claiming to be woke, but they're really not. And, like I said, there's a difference between a spiritual awakening and being woke. We need to around us. We're really, truly not paying enough attention. I mean, there are things that are happening right before our eyes, and our eyes are wide open, but we're not paying any attention. For the majority of this, the majority of the world, this is the case, So, I wanted to speak a little bit about that. I did take a few notes so that I can kind of keep on track with the things that the Most High gave me to speak about. So, I mean, we're walking now, so many of us. I say we as a collective, but there are so many of us walking around, and we're walking into unknown territory. Not because these things or these issues, I would say, haven't presented themselves to us. It's because we're not paying any attention. We refuse to see what's going on right before our eyes. I mean, we see the news, we see certain different podcasts, we see different videos on even Instagram or whatever, social media or whatever, but we see all of these things and we want to continue to say, oh, that's just conspiracy theory. I'm talking about people, they would get on there and tell you exactly what's going on, exactly what they're planning to do, exactly what they're doing at the moment. And you're like, oh no, they're not going to do that. That's not going to happen. But they're telling you. I mean, we don't even have to read between the lines anymore, because things are just put right there in front of us. They're telling us everything that they're going to do and everything that they're doing. But we refuse to see it. We refuse to believe it. We're so quick to say that everything is conspiracy theory. It's not. Everything is not a conspiracy theory. So often is because they don't want to do the work. They fear the unknown. Like I said, they don't want to do the work because they're scared that they're going to have to change. Something's going to have to change for them. We've gotten so used to this microwave lifestyle, We want everything here. We want everything quick. We want everything right now. I'm talking about no one goes outside anymore to get exercise. No one picks up a book to read it anymore. We would rather just watch the movie. Or we're quick to go straight to the internet, Like I said, no one's even really cooking anymore. We'll order in. We have DoorDash, we have Uber, we have so many of these other things that we have that contributes to our microwave lifestyles, and this all results in us becoming zombies. I'm going to read to you the definition that I wrote for zombies. Zombie is a person that's lifeless or totally lacking in independent judgment, automation, dead, a person that does not care about what's happening around them. And that's exactly what's going on right now. We're becoming zombified, and due to these distractions and all of this stuff. Like I said, no one's going outside, getting exercise, getting the sunlight. No one's cooking. No one's reading, doing research. And it's crazy, y'all, because if you're not doing those things, it means you're sitting down inside of your house. If you go to work, you come home, you sit down, playing video games, watching movies on your phone, or you have your face in some type of device. And that's not healthy for our minds, our bodies, or our spirits. And it's not just the children that's doing these things, coming home from school doing these things. It's adults coming home from work, those that do work, doing these things. And it's pretty much brainwashing you. It's distracting you from everything that's truly going on around us in this world. I mean, we can watch the news. We're still not getting exactly what we need to get, because it's not always truthful. We have to open our eyes up and see what's going on with our neighbors, going on with our family members, going on with our friends, going on with our immediate household. It's a lot that's going on in this world, like I said, and we're not paying attention. And those of us who are paying attention, we still may not be paying as close attention as we should be. We're continuing to allow these things to distract us, these things of this world. Smoking, drinking, partying, lustful natures. Like I said, outside of the electronics and all of these other devices, social media, we have all this going on, this vanity. We have all these things going on where we're totally distracted as the enemy wants us to be. And right now, we need to truly wake up and get our heads in the game. I can't express that enough. We have to truly wake up and be about our business, be about our Father's business. Regardless of what you believe, there is something higher than, something greater than you, and we need to reconnect with that greatness, reconnect with the Most High. Find out who we are. Find out what our purpose in life is. Know who the enemy truly is. And know what the enemy is capable of. We have to armor up. Because right now, this is not a physical war. It hasn't been a physical war in a long time. For a long, long time. And right now, it's truly a spiritual warfare going on. We have to, I can't express it enough, pay attention. Pay attention. Stop falling for all of these worldly things, because the world will surely one day pass away. And you may still be here, and what are you going to do then? I mean, really, what are you going to do? And we know true that our plans are not God's plans, and God's plans are not ours. But we do have to make those steps. We have to take steps towards doing the right thing. We're not here to just merely live. We have a mission, and we have to know what our mission is. We have to be about our mission. We have to be diligent in our mission and our purpose. I mean, we're all targets. We're all targets. We're all targets of the enemy. We're targeted to be controlled, manipulated, wiped out. And right now, I mean, the biggest target is our children. Our children are being targeted on a daily basis. Children, unions, but mainly the children. That's where the enemy is. That's where he's hitting hard right now, y'all. We have to pay attention to these children. We have to teach these children. We have to train these children up truly. We have to protect them. We have to be mindful of the products that we use on our children. Even ourselves, of course. You know, I mean, these things are meant to cause harm. They're meant to cause death. Whether it's a slow death or a swift death. Death is death. You know, we have to be careful. We have to go back to the basics. Go back to your roots. Stop using everything. Oh, because they said, oh, because this smells good, this looks good, this feels good, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Whatever it may be. Start using your natural products. Find you someone who makes natural products. If you don't do them yourself, learn how to make them yourself. Stop using these lotions, these powders, these shampoos, these medicines, certain immunizations, period. I know that it's the law that, you know, our children have to have these things, but you know what you need to do. If they have to have these things to go to school, homeschool your children if you can. And I know everybody's not in a position to do these things as far as homeschooling and cutting certain things out. But limit these things as much as possible. It's in the toothpaste, it's in the food, it's in the water. I know we can't get around it, but we can limit certain things. Cook healthier, as healthy as you possibly can. I mean, I know everything is pretty much, mostly everything, if not everything, is pretty much modified right now. Grow your foods yourself. Use these natural products. I mean, think about, and even as far as like the television, if your children have to watch TV, monitor what they're watching. Don't just sit them in front of the TV, the television, and because that's your time alone, that's your quiet time, because you've had a long, hard day at work or whatever. Monitor your children. Monitor what they're doing. Monitor what they're watching. I mean, if it's at all possible, it's best to keep all electronics away from them. That's my opinion. But at least limit these things and monitor what they're doing. Because there's so much that's going on. There's so much that we don't know about. And our children are being exposed to these things. We're being exposed to these things a lot of times unknowingly. But monitor them. They didn't put these 5Gs up for nothing. Pay attention, y'all. I mean, it's even as far as the music. Like I said, I've already stated about the video games. These things are to manipulate and to control. It's just another form of brainwashing. You wondering, well, your kids got certain things that they say and certain things they do, and you know that you don't say them and you don't do them, at least not around them, and you're wondering where they're getting this stuff from. They're getting it from their other parent. The TV, the social media, the video games. That's what I mean by when I say their other parent. Because we're leaving our children to these devices so that they can monitor our children while we have our downtime, our rest time, or whatever it is that we're doing. I mean, like, be careful of who you and your children go around, because energies do transfer. Be careful of where you and your children go. I mean, you can't allow your children to go with anybody and everybody. We know that, but anybody and everybody may not be someone that's unknown. Like I said, pay attention. We really have to pay attention. I mean, there's nothing wrong with cleansing your children. We need to be cleansing our households on a daily basis anyway. I'm not just talking about with bleaching water and Lysol and stuff like that. I'm talking about you do a spiritual cleansing. These children are going outside these homes every single day. You're going outside of your home every single day. You're coming in contact with people, places, things. And like I said, energies do transfer. Spirits do jump. You may have something attached to you that you don't even know about. Your children are outside with the other children at school playing. They come in contact with these things through other children that have come in contact with these things through other people, through the people and places in their lives that you know nothing about. When your children come in from school, when you come in from wherever you're coming in from, ain't nothing wrong with getting you some sage. I don't care what nobody say about it. Get you some sage. Cleanse. Get you some sea salt. Put it in their bath water. Put it in your washing machine. Cleanse. Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. Cleanse those energies out of your home. Cleanse those energies out of your children and off of your children and yourself. It's very, very important. Very important. I mean, it's detrimental. I'm going to put it that way. Because you're wondering why. I mean, why all this stuff is going on in your house and you know everything. You thought everything was all good. Yeah, everything is all good with you, but you don't know what someone has brought in. That's even with when company comes over. When you have visitors come in your house, you cleanse your house afterwards. If you know they're coming over before, you cleanse your house before. Because a lot of times, excuse me, but they may not even come. I mean, even as far as like your children going outside, make sure your children go outside. Make sure you go outside. Get adequate sunlight. Get you some fresh air. Get out into nature. You need that. Your mind, your body, and your spirit needs that on a daily basis. You're wondering why it's raining so much now, huh? Like I said, pay attention. A lot of this stuff is happening to keep you inside of those walls so that you can't go out and get the things that you need, the nourishment that your body truly needs. Not only that, it's just keep you from seeing what they got going on out there too. That's a lot going on the outside that they don't want you to see. They don't want you to know about. Like I said, they don't want you to get this sunlight. They don't want you to get this fresh air. And there's nothing wrong with going out, getting you a little rain sometime. Don't collect your rain water. Teach your children how to pray. You learn how to pray and meditate. Teach your children how to pray and meditate. Pray and meditate with your children. But like they say, you train up a child in the way that he should go. And we should make it our business to do that every day. Practice quiet time with your children. There's nothing wrong with telling those children to get their tail somewhere and sit down and be still and be quiet. That way they'll know how to actually sit still when they're adults so they can hear what the Most High has to say to them. If you're always on the move, you can't hear anything because you're too busy. Teach them to listen to you. Teach them to obey you because it's going to save their lives. And there's nothing wrong with your children obeying you. Absolutely nothing. Because the law teaches them and you that you have to obey the law. So why shouldn't your children obey you? They should. And right now we're in this stage of life, this generation, where they're talking about the soft parenting. There's no such thing. There is no such thing as soft parenting. Because the children aren't soft. You can't soft parenting. I mean, what? What's the reason? You teach these children. Okay, that doesn't mean you walking around, you beating their tails all day long, every day. No. But you teach these children discipline. And there's nothing wrong with your children expressing themselves. Teach them to respect you, as well as you respect your children. But you teach these children to respect you and to obey you. Because if you're a parent, if you're a true loving parent, you're not going to tell them anything wrong. Because if I'm outside and I see a child doing something that child shouldn't do, that can possibly cause that child harm, and I'm telling this child to stop, you can't tell me to stop because you ain't none of my mama. And then something happens to that child, that's because you're soft parenting and you're not allowing anyone else to help you raise your child. You're not allowing the village to help you. We all need a village, not just children. Adults do too. Stop with the nonsense. It'll save your life, trust me. It'll save your child's life. Do the things that it takes to truly save them. Loving them does not mean that you're giving in to them and allowing them to do anything that they want to do. Every time, I'm not going to raise my child like my mama raised me. I'm not going to do this. Okay, if your mama was not around and molesting you and beating you and actually abusing you, and you still here today, she did a good job. Everybody's not going to get everything right. But when you know better, you do better. I mean, you talk to your children. That's another thing. Talk to your children. And I'm not talking about just how was your day at school and blah 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 and you don't listen. Actually talk to your children. Tell them how your day was. Be honest with them. Because you want honesty from them. And when they give you that honesty, you listen to it. Because you will find out a whole lot. You will find out what's going on in their lives. What's going on around them. With the people around them. You may be able to actually save your child's life. You'll keep your child from being anxious and going through depression. Talk to your children. Listen to your children. I mean, it's so much. Like I said, the downloads were coming like this, just back to back to back. I'm talking about I was writing so fast. I'm talking about it was just jumping. It was so much information. Like I said, it's time for us to wake up. Stop allowing the things of this world to distract us from the things that we need to be doing, from the things that we need to be knowing, from the things that we need to be seeing, the things we need to be listening to. Like I tell everybody, I say it all the time. Everything is not for everybody, and everybody is not for everybody. Remove yourself from some of these situations that you know aren't serving your highest good, that you know is not serving your children's highest good. I mean, we're living in a time of technology. There's no reason for us not to know half the things that we should know. Half the things that we don't know. There's no reason for it when it's right at our fingertips. But you have to want to know these things. And regardless of, we can't change anything, or, I mean, if that's what's going on, it's going to happen anyway. Yeah, it's going to happen if you continue to allow it to happen. You have a say-so in everything else. Start having a say-so in the things that actually matter. Start standing together, banding together. Connect with your village so that you can stand together. That unity, we need that. That's not just in the black race, that's in every race. That's together. We have to stand together, y'all. We have to stop allowing these distractions. We have to stop allowing this manipulation. We have to protect ourselves. We have to protect our children. I mean, Another thing, like when we go to the doctor's appointments and stuff, start asking questions. Don't let these children just these doctors and nurses just shoot your children up with anything. Don't let them just tell you anything. If you know little Susie has never been allergic to bananas before, and she's been eating bananas all this time, and all of a sudden they're telling you she's allergic to this, so you stop giving her this, so you stop giving her a source of her nourishment, something vital that she needs, that's her potassium, because the doctor said, oh, the doctor said you have to feed your children, your babies, Enfamil, Similac. They didn't have that back in the day. I'm gonna leave that right there. Pay attention. Stop falling for any and everything. Stop falling for the okie doke. You know, when you go, know your blood type, know your children's blood type, because that would definitely save your life. Know what it is that they're doing to you. Know what they're giving to you. Like I said, they're putting something in. Everything is modified, all the way down to the air. But you can't stop breathing. You can't stop eating. You can't stop drinking water. But there are things that you can do. Do your research. Pay attention. Don't allow the enemy to win over your life, over your children's lives. Like I said, right now, for what does it say? The saying say, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of the world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. It's true. It's not about us. We have to fight for our children, because one day we will be ancestors to our children and our children's children, and so on. We truly do need to get our stuff together, y'all. Pay attention. Stop being distracted. Limit these electronics. Limit the television that you watch, the video games that you and your children may play, the social media, the music that you listen to, the places that you go, the people that you're around. If there's ever been a time before, the time is truly now. And I know I've been all over the place with it, but you get the message. Pay attention. Stop walking around saying you woke. Stop sleepwalking. And actually wake up for real. Open your eyes. And I'm not talking about your physical eyes. I'm talking about your spiritual eyes. Well, that's all I have for you today. I love you all. Thank you for coming on, listening to me ramble, but not ramble. I'm not telling you anything that I feel is untrue, that I know is untrue. Pay attention to the products you use. If you can use natural, if you have the opportunity to use natural products, use all natural products. Watch the food intake. Pay attention to the things that you put in your body, as well as the things that you're putting on your body. Teach these children how to garden. You learn how to garden. Start growing this food yourselves. Start making these products yourself. It can be done. It has been done. We are inventors. We are, so again, like I said, that's all I have for you. I love you all. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back when I be back. I move when Spirit says move, just like that.